White people are European people. Once again, I will say this, a lot of for those in the back. White people are European people. What does that mean? You might wonder. It means they are immigrants. I'll let that sink in. White people come from Europe, making them European people. I am a Nigerian. I'm in America, but I'm Nigerian. I'm just here, but that's where my people come from. White people are just here. Their people are European. That's where they come from. Now, somebody needs to start asking white people, well, how did you get here? Being that you are European. You belong there, so how are you here? Therefore, it means you migrated here, you are an immigrant. And worse than that, they are the most illegal kind of immigrant. It doesn't get more illegal than that. Like, it baffles me that nobody ever wants to hold white people accountable. All this talk right now going on with immigration and the immigration crisis and you kicking people out of the country and blah, blah, blah. And people just let it slide. Like, we're so used to everybody, every race, every color just sits by and just watches what white people do. We just watch them. We never say anything. We never try to stop it. We never oppose it. We never rebel against it. We just watch them do them and we just let them. And it's one thing if they were just doing them, and it applied and pertained to only them and it affected only them. That's nobody's business. They can live their life how they want to. But they don't know how to do them. To them, doing them means they got to do to everybody else. These are very unsatisfied creatures. These are very evil creatures. Evil, the devil, has no ending. Like, if, let's say, white people succeed and kill every race on this planet, you think they'll just live on earth in peace thinking, oh yes, finally it's an all-white world? Absolutely not. They will then turn on each other. And they will kill each other off until there is no human being left. This is their race. This is the language they understand. White people are not good people. Just point blank period, to put it simple. They're not. Go look at their history. Their history, not even go look at their history. Their history has proven to you time and time again. These are not good people. You read of another nation and you see, maybe you read of their leader and what they did and the crimes they committed and people safely make the conclusion that, okay, that was not a good leader. That was not a good man. Let's say it's a tribe in Africa that's just doing the most astronomical, just the most, I don't even know, just the most outlandish things. You would say, man, that tribe right there, that tribe is no good. White people, collectively, that's a tribe. And collectively, that tribe does no good. All they understand is killing other people. Themselves too, but other people when they can. Killing other people is why they feel so united with each other. But the minute they, let's say, succeed, like I said, hypothetically, if they succeeded and killed every race, they will kill themselves too. Because all they understand is chaos and destruction. The concept of peace and living in peace is not their language. It might seem like it is now because you see, oh, white people getting along. It's only their language now because there's a lot of other races to still be hating. So there's a lot of people for them to still hate. So they're able to still deal with themselves, with each other. Because there's a lot of action they get to still focus on. There's a lot of hate they get to still give. The minute, let's say all that hate clears, let's say they succeed and they killed everybody, there's the hate that comes out of them naturally, it has nowhere to go. So where's it going to go? They're going to internalize it and send it to each other. This is a race of not good people. This is a race that means nobody well. They came out of their caves and have been running amok on this planet. whoo, they came out of their caves, and the devils told them, look here, I brought you out of these caves. It's time to go to work. These people are psychotic. And even when you hear them speak today, you have to know this is psychosis. For an extremely illegal race of people, they speak like they have no clue as to what they've done. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes you have to look at it so simply. It's crazy for these people to be for them to be extreme illegal immigrants. They are the most extremely illegal kind of immigrants. But they are the ones on a manhunt for quote unquote illegal immigrants. That is psychosis. Literally. Like, that's not, like, I'm not even joking. I'm not just, using the term to try to diss them. No. This is literally, that is a form of psychosis. To be suffering from the same thing, but you want to point at somebody else and say, what? Shame on you. I'm sorry. What? Imagine a rapist pointing the finger at somebody who stole a watch from a store. And the rapist is like, oh my God, you criminal. I'm sorry. First of all, your crime is worse than me stealing this watch. You stole a child or a person and did terrible things to them. But you want to complain about me stealing a watch? That's mental. This is mental. Imagine if you literally saw a child predator pointing the finger at somebody who robbed a shoe store, and the child predator is pointing the finger, you, shame on you, how dare you steal those shoes? It's like, oh my God, what? But you stole a child and violate what? This is white people. White people are the child predators that's talking to people that steal shoes. Talking to them about, look how bad you are. What? And the fault is not even on white people. The fault is on everybody else that lets them get away with it. These people, the government doesn't have power. It is an illusion of power. The people have power. The government just uses tricks to convince you to relinquish this power. You take all this power that you actually have, that's yours, and you throw it at them. And yes, you threw it at them. They still don't have the power. They've just convinced you that, look, you don't have any power. You threw it away. They can't pick it up. They can't take it. That's still your power. But since they know they can't take it, they're going to make sure you don't use it. They're going to make sure you don't even see it. And it's crazy that people just let the government, this American white government, just do anything. And this is not just in America. This is on planet Earth. The whole world just lets white people get away with with blasphemy, as far as I'm concerned. You let these people get away with the most heinous crimes. And it's one thing for a guilty person to get away with a crime. Okay, you got away with the crime, just go somewhere and be quiet. But to get away with the worst kind of crime, and every time you see them, they're so loud and obnoxious and arrogant, is this literally is a form of psychosis. This is literally a mental handicap. These people are missing certain genes and certain screws that make up the human mind. I am 100% convinced they are lacking certain integral pieces that really makes up a human being. I truly believe they are lacking in it. Because when you check their history and the things they've done to mankind and animal kind, the things they've done to just planet Earth, this is not stuff a human being who is born of Earth would think of committing. These are not things. Well, these are people that are run by the devil. The devil ain't from earth. He's just on earth. And he has chosen white people to be his baby. So yeah, no, they're not going to think like human beings. Anybody that's rolling with the devil is not going to think like a human being. And now, man, yeah, anybody rolling with the devil is not going to think like a human being. Bars. I gotta write that down. That might be the title of this video. And when you see how they move, all you see is the devil. When you see how they move, you see how far away from humanity they are. Only the devil runs them. Like, that is a satanic race. And no, not just the elite ones. You see, we tend to think that, oh, it's only the rich white people, the Hollywood whites and the political white figures are the ones that's drinking Satan's cum and swallowing children alive and stuff. No, it's just them as a collective. Your mailman, your kid's teacher, the cashier, that's a white girl. Yeah, I promise you, she worships Satan too. Satan is in their blood. It's their DNA. It's who they are. He is who taught them how to come up out of caves. And then blacks had to go and teach them how to be civilized. But first he had to teach them how to even just walk upright and stand up on 2 feet. Go check their history. Because what they do is study everybody else's history and they just shove their history to the back. They just hush hush on all their nasty evils and their nasty background. They just hush up. But they will be so loud on everybody else's history. You black slaves. You white 4-legged creatures. That's my issue with black people, is you never have a comeback for these people. They call you a nigger and you're so in your feelings. Who gives a fuck? What? I'd rather be a nigger than a white monkey. The fuck? These people are monsters that literally crawled out of their caves through Satan. Satan had to make them tolerable enough for other people to still see, okay, well, they're humans. Nigga, that's why they identify as humankind. Nigga, they're kind of like a human. Just kind of. Not all the way. Just kind of like a human. Mankind. Kind of like a man. Womankind. You're kind of like a woman. Not all the way. Because you know they are the ones who label everything. And they label everything for themselves. That's why they say evolution is, oh, everybody started as monkeys. No, they started as monkeys. That's their evolutionary story. That's their history. They are kind of like a man, kind of like a woman. Not quite human, but humankind. And these are the ones running the world. Woo! Those are the ones kicking people out of their homes, talking about you're an illegal. Says the most illegal people on earth.